CEO Ron from Create a Difference, TruBallReviews.com. Gonna review a new MOTIV ball today. MOTIV Desert Tank. But first, we will throw our control ball. The official control ball of TruBall Reviews is the Storm IQ Tour Sanded to 2000 Grit TruCut. We do that because it's repeatable, but we're reviewing the Desert Tank. This is first shots. This bowling ball, fresh, right out of the box. Right from the factory. Now this ball is not a super strong ball, right? This is a medium ball, so we don't necessarily expect it to strike. And our reviews are not about striking. If you want to watch balls striking, you'll get at least one or two of them striking here, and then you can just replay that over and over again. But that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to give you a comparison, right? The goal here would be, in a perfect world, you would get yourself an IQ Tour, you'd have it sanded to 2000 grit, and be drilled like ours is. Ours is drilled 60 degrees by 4 3/4 by 30 degrees. You can get that bowling ball from us, sent to you too, from Bowling for Less, and or from TruBallReviews.com. You can get that ball. But anyway, we're watching Dustin throw the IQ Tour, and then he will follow it up with the Desert Tank, and we will do some comparisons of these two bowling balls and see how they perform relative to each other, because that's the key. This is a way for you to know if the Desert Tank should be a ball you should add into your arsenal or not. We're bowling on the Kegel Chromium pattern, and as Dustin plays the third arrow with the Desert Tank, good shot, and he almost 210. So the ball's longer and less total hook, which is exactly what you'd expect. According to Specto, it's about 3 bores less total hook, and it goes about 2 feet longer. So this ball definitely would fall into the category of when you're needing something that is not as aggressive as the IQ Tour, but maybe you need something for the drier lanes, and that's kind of where this ball is going to fit. Same continuous motion, just less of it. Now we're moving to the friction, closer to second arrow, which is going to make the IQ Tour ball be stronger, which is kind of what we would expect. And we will watch as the Desert Tank tackles on some more friction. On the Kegel Chromium pattern, we're using, in case you're wondering, the fire oil from Kegel in both tanks. And we've got a nice Kegel Flex over there. There's a nickname that we call it Slick Willy, because that's what it does. Puts out the oil, makes it slick. Close shots, 10 back. So that just kind of is what we would expect, right? The Desert Tank is a lesser hooking ball, but better for friction, which means when Dustin goes left over fourth arrow, which is going to put him in some more volume, the Desert Tank's not going to perform that well. So this is an awesome opportunity for you to learn a little bit about ball motion and a little bit about ball arsenal building. And what I mean by that is, you know, not every bowling ball is supposed to perform the same. They're actually supposed to be different in your arsenal. So this is a good way to get an understanding if that's true or not. So Dustin moves in the oil. The IQ Tour, which is standard to 2000 grit TruCut, is still fairly aggressive. And we would expect, after watching what the Desert Tank did in the dry and in between, we'd expect it to not recover. So it'll give us a really good idea of whether or not this ball is kind of what we're expecting to see. That's a pretty good pitch. That should not strike. And it actually would have struck. It was very, very close. Let me look at the Specto data. So the Specto data would indicate that they were not thrown the exact same, which is okay. That's all right. We'll go ahead and pull out the Specto data. You can see right there, those shots were not the exact same. In fact, the Desert Tank was thrown in, and that's probably why I recovered. That's the best part about this, is that we can use clutch to show you exactly what we see, and it helps us to validate not only the quality of the shot, but where the shot was thrown at. So that's why that ball struck, because it wasn't thrown the same. So that's one of the benefits of having the clutch bowling technology at our disposal. So now he'll move back to third arrow with the IQ Tour, over third arrow, a little bit wide right. Do you want to redo that shot, or you want to keep that and repeat it? He's going to redo that one because the angle was off. So, you know, it's very interesting. If you're interested in getting the Desert Tank, you can pick that ball up at bowlingforless.com. We've got it there. You can pick that up. This definitely is a piece that's going to belong in people's arsenals if they need something that is longer, less total hook, better for friction than the IQ Tour. So he's going to throw that shot again. That was a bit better. All right, got a flatty 10 out of that one. Now, you say, well, what if I don't have an IQ Tour? Well, I mean, the thing of it is that's okay. You know, you can at least get a rough idea of what we're doing, what we're seeing. But really the value in this program that we've developed is you can get an IQ Tour from us with the exact same specs that we're using. And then the reviews become very, very helpful because the differences that we're seeing, though they may not be exactly the same for you, they're generally going to be a whole lot closer than what they would be had we not had that control ball. That's why we had the control ball in the first place. So that's a little, that wasn't terrible. That actually wasn't too terrible. Spectre had a little bit of issue measuring that shot, but that's okay. We'll throw that ball again if you don't mind, Dustin. Spectre had a little issue there. But yeah, so that's why we've picked that ball. It's a ball that's readily available. It's got historically known as being a good piece, and ultimately it will allow you, if you have it drilled like ours, and you throw it in your home center, to get a feel for what that ball rolls like in your home center, and that can help you have a better understanding of how these test balls that we are throwing will roll for you too in your home center. There we go. And we left super washout. So that's good. Like, that's good to know, because what that's telling us is that it's just kind of what we would expect, right? It's weaker, not weaker, it's just lesser hooking overall than the IQ Tour. And those shots were thrown exactly pretty much the same. So that's good information. If you need a bowling ball to fill a hole in your arsenal, that hole being that you need your ball less aggressive, this may be a piece that you may want to look at. And if not, you want to grab one of the other MOTIV pieces, because they may be what you're looking for potentially as well. So he's throwing the IQ Tour again. And it's definitely stronger than the new Desert Tank. So yeah, if you're interested in getting this ball, you can get it at Bowling for Less. You can get TruCut sanding pads from us at ctdbowling.com. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button, follow us, like us. We got a whole bunch more bowling balls we're going to be reviewing. Over time, you're going to be able to see them all here, and hopefully see them here first. So with that being said, we're going to jump off here. CEO Ronald Hickliffe from Creating the Difference. Talk to you soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And check out one of the other videos on the screen for more information. Thanks for joining us.